Hey, what's going on? Chris again, back with you for the Strength, Growth, and Purpose show. So, you know what? Here's some backstory. Well, before I go into that, I hope everybody's doing better than they did yesterday. I hope you are gaining some traction on being habitual with your goals and your practices. I really hope that you're getting comfortable with the person in the mirror and that you're regaining some time for yourself so that those things can go to your fitness goals, your growth, your personal growth, personal, purposes in life. Today I want to talk about having bad days, right? And bad days are good for you. And the reason why this kind of came up for me was because of the fact that today's Wednesday. Monday went to the gym like I normally do. Mentally I wasn't there. Body wasn't moving right. I don't know what it was or what kind of mental stuff was in my head, but stuff just wasn't moving well. Normally if I can lift a weight, say if it's like 100 pounds or whatever the number is, that weight wasn't moving. It was extra heavy for some reason. Now, normally when stuff like that happens to people, right, you have a bad day, it's fine. But it's more a mental thing than a physical thing. It could be a physical thing because I worked out on Sunday. But again, I'm just going to get to this point, right? Those bad days are good for you because you can then appreciate exactly where you are right now. You're going to ride waves during your life. You're going to see different things and you never know, what's around the corner. So on these good, nice, sunny days, on these easy days at work, on these easy days with your family, your friends and kids, those bad days are just specks of fucking dust, right? They may, man, let me get to this point. There was a point in my life when I was very young, when I had my kids young, right? And the relationship between my oldest child and the mom wasn't the best. And I was at a point in my life where I got tired. And I was getting tired of getting shitted on every which way. I got shitted on by my job because I didn't have the credentials needed to get more money, right? I got shitted on because people always thought I was running away from my fucking responsibilities. I got shitted on because of the color of my skin. I didn't look a certain part. I didn't, speak a certain way. So back then, it was one of those things where when you get into corporate America and you're a different shade, you're either black or brown, your people from where you come from think that you're trying to be an Oreo cookie, which is that stigma of like, oh, you're black on the outside, but you're white on the inside, right? But that's just the stupidity and the lack of education, because the only thing I was trying to do is do better, right? So those bad days, let me take you through one period of time so that you understand, so that you're fucking relatable, right? This is really relatable to a lot of people. And again, this happened over 30 years ago, right? I'm 53. This happened over 30 years ago, right? I remember I got so sick and tired that I said, okay, let me go park my car. And at this time I lived in the Bronx, right? Lived in the Bronx, New York. And, New York City parking was a piece of shit. So you had to go fucking hunt around for parking or whatever like that until I said, screw it. I got a garage. But before that, I used to park under this train, right? So one day I just sat there. And in me sitting there, I just let it go. I let it all out. I was cursing, yelling, screaming every time the fucking train would go over. Because everything that I had, meaning everything that I wanted to do, wasn't working. And sometimes, even good people doing good things, nothing happens. You have good intent all the way through, nothing's gonna happen for you. Sometimes good things will happen to good people, right? And that's just the way life is. So I would sit under this thing, sit in my car, right? I would sit under my car and I would say, you know what? Fuck everybody. Fuck whoever's thinking they're better than me. They're everything under the sun that you could think of, I said. And I was talking to whatever you want to say, God, Spirit, Jesus, whatever, the universe, whatever like that. And I told the universe, fuck you. Give me everything that you have. Because the day that I dig out of this fucking hole that you're going to put me in, people are going to know that they can't break me. And that was the beginning of a very fucking rough time for me in my life. And all that time going back and forth from where my oldest daughter used to live, from Bronx to Meriden, Connecticut, back and forth, a 2.5 hour drive. I had my parents feeling a certain way about me, my friends, family, alleged family, everybody thought of one way for me. They laughed, snickered behind my back, right? But those days are in the past. I didn't give up. I didn't stop. I didn't say I'm going to give up here and be defeated at this point in time. Why? Because I learned how to take those bad days and that negative connotations from people, right? The words, the smirks, the laughs, the little whispers behind, right? I learned to ball that up and putting it into strong energy so that I could change. That is a character of a fucking strong person. I'm telling you now, I'm being honest as possible. A lot of people who have said and done shit to me over the last 3 or 4 years, maybe the last 5 years, they know. They know I know. They did shit behind my back. They said whatever they want to say. But again, that thing or those things that people do to you, do not let that break you, because those bad days only last for a short period of time. Even though during the time I was like, hey, shit, let me, hey, give it all to me. I want to get rid of it. That was a hard time for me. Really fucking hard time. And I got through it. Right? So if you're having a hard day, it's temporary. Appreciate those bad days because they'll pass. Those periods of time, ride the wave, because that wave could be short or it could be long. But ride the wave, because on the other side of the wave, you're gonna make sure, if you're a person of character, if you're still gonna fight, if you're not gonna give up, and you're making the right decisions for the person in the mirror, sooner or later, something's gonna click for you and something's gonna work. Trust me when I say this. I can only speak from experience. I can't speak from anything else. Bad days are good for you. Hope you got something out of this. I really do. And as always, you still have time. If you're listening to this, make sure you do something for yourself today. Make sure you've changed and you say, hey, listen, I'm going to look in the mirror, be comfortable with the person myself, and get stuff done. All right. You guys have a great day. You still have time.